Bzz. All right, everybody, what's going on? We have another deck profile for you. This time we have Beelzemon, and Moonpie has put this together. He's the master builder. Moonpie, how's it going, bud?
How are we doing? Oh, we're doing, man. We're doing. We're just excited to be playing this deck. It's super, super fun, and it's honestly really broken.
I will say that I hate it on my end. I hate playing against it. I hate the way it works. But part of being a Digimon player is knowing what the deck does and being able to build. So Moonpie, take it away.
Already, I'm playing the Yaman, which is definitely the better of the two eggs. You do not play the Pagumon. You play these four. But with that being said, I'm a contradictor because I play a fifth egg, which is going to
Oh,
rock the world of all the Digimon community.
oh my God! Now, why would you do this, Moon?
To be honest, this is definitely the better egg in my opinion. But I've never been mad to have the Pagumon either. So I play the fifth egg because sometimes it just the fifth egg comes up. It should never have to come up, but it definitely does. So I just play the fifth egg. It hasn't hurt me yet, so I'm just gonna roll with it. But I 100% think if you're gonna play four eggs, it should be the Yaman only. I don't think you should play the Pagumon personally. Um, I've played both, and I do really really like the Yaman a lot better for my personal build. And then this brings us to also a probably potential another controversy call is I play a singular Itmon, thinking
What?
about even taking this out. I
Wow.
play one. I do also play of course, the four of the EX2 Itmon in the four starter deck. These are a must of at 4 and 4. And I play 3X antibody. I'm thinking about just running this at 4 and 4. But honestly, I've definitely liked having this because of the milling effect of Beelzemon. When you mill Beelzemon, if you don't know, you should. It obviously brings out an Itmon. You cannot bring out this because it says Itmon. It can't be X antibody. So this is why I decided to go with this instead of a fourth one of these.
So more targets for the
Um, just so
Beelzemon
you
mill.
have an
Yeah.
extra target. That's the specific reason on why I decided to go with that. But besides that, I definitely could see you running a 4-4-4 lineup, or if you decided to go 4-4-4 and then run one or two of these and play some extra rookies, you definitely can. That's totally just the player's preference call. But this is the lineup I'm running. I've loved this lineup. It's been doing me good. And yeah, that's what we're rocking for our level threes. Now, I will also say that I run mine of a little bit more of a glass cannon build because I don't run the typical level fours that most people run. I obviously run the 4 Wizardmon, which is a must of. But the only other level 4 I run is 3 X antibodies. I only run 7. I know a lot of people are running 4 and 3 with like 2 Witchmon, or like at least 1 Witchmon, or people are running 4 and 4 and just running these 4 and then 4 X antibodies. Honest to God, I have lost the random occasion game not seeing the level 4, but it does not happen enough for me to change this up. This is the setup I like. I haven't really got too upset about this lineup. Every one in 15 games or 20 games, it seems like I might miss on a level 4 and you lose that game, which does suck, but that can really happen with any deck. I've bricked many times with decks that I've played and level 4s in. So this deck mills a lot. You can get back stuff with like Rivals Barrage, and just other stuff of that nature. Or digivolving into an X antibody, getting this back. So you have a lot of resources to get stuff back, especially if you mill your level 4s. So I'm only running the 7. And then going on to level 5s, again, I run a pretty low count. I run 4 Balmon and then 1 X antibody. That's it. I run 4 and 1. I don't run the BT-10 Balmon. Don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's anywhere near as good as this Balmon. I maybe could see you wanting to play 1, but with having the X antibody, I think you should play 2 X antibody and 4 of these. I don't think the other Balmon should be played. That's my personal preference. I just don't see the reason in behind playing all that much, to be honest. So that's my level 5 lineup. Pretty to the point, basic. For level 6s, we play the one of Beelstar, really great in the mirror match. Otherwise, it's decent, but really great in the mirror match. We play 2 of starter deck Beelzy. Mill 4, gain some memory back, get setcom +1, a really good game closer. And I'll actually show you guys a combo with this and a few other cards once we get done with the profile that's really nasty. Besides that, we do play the 4 of this Beelzy. I've been thinking about going to 3, but I just can't get myself to do it. I just really like it at 4. Super good. But I could definitely see someone wanting to only run 3 instead of 4, but I just can't get myself to do it. We're running 2 copies of the X antibody. Digivolve for 1 for every 10 you're trashing. It's really nasty. On deletion, you also can bring back any Entmon, which you could actually bring back X antibody if this dies, which is really cool. So that gets you any Entmon. But obviously you're hoping it doesn't die. Your level 7s, which is kind of like your win condition. If you have 20 or more, it digivolves for 4, but it unsuspends, gains you back 3 memory as long as you have the 20 and trash. It unsuspends regardless, but to gain back that 3 memory is where you need that 20. So that 20 threshold is very huge for this deck. And then that's your level 6s and 7s. Besides that, we have the Ayamako. I'm going to get a lot of haters. Everyone says to play 4. I like it at 3. I mean, I guess there are games that I don't see it, but again, I can always barrage this back to hand if I wanted to, if I really have to have it if I don't see it. But I've won plenty of games not having this card, but obviously it makes it easier to do having this card. But I honestly see it consistently enough at 3 that I'm gonna just keep on playing at 3 until I seem to not see it. But at 3, I'm seeing it way consistent enough to not really have to play it at 4, and this is what allows me to play a couple extra cards in my deck that you may not be playing or wanting to play. Which takes us to the next thing. For Barrage, for Deathslinger, I think that's pretty standard. Some people do run maybe 3 of these, but this is definitely a 4 of standards Deathslinger. Barrage, I have to play 4. Right here is 8 security bombs already. And then we are also playing 1 7th cluster, 7th full cluster, which, if you don't know, if this is in your trash and going to the X antibody, Beelzy.
You just get to pop something, right?
You get to bottom deck this, and then you pop the lowest level Digimon on your opponent's board. Now, what's really nice is even if you decide that if you don't, because you have to have Beelzemon underneath the X antibody. If you don't, you just have to have the X antibody option, which you also play a 1 of. So yeah, I mean, it all kind of synergizes together. The only cards that probably people are maybe against playing are these missed memory boost. I play 2. I really like it, especially with the Beelstar that I play. I could definitely see you taking those out if you don't play Beelstar, but what's really nice is if you already have this on board and you don't have another way to mill, and you don't want to swing with this because if it doesn't get have any buffs, you could always just to start your turn, digivolve, or not digivolve, but play this, mill 2, trash 1, and then activate the Beelstar's ability to get 1 back with rush, and typically which is going to be your starter deck.
Hitmon. Yeah.
Hitmon. Now, the play I really want to show you guys involves this right here, and this comes up a lot and it happens a lot, which is really nice. So if you have your starter deck Hitmon in raising, or if it's just out, however you end up having it, what's really nice is you bring this up when you have your 20. You're going to tuck your X antibody underneath this card. You're going to choose to activate for 3 memory cost, digivolving into this Beelzy. So it digivolves, you mill 4, you're going to gain back some memory. It gets security +1. If they have a level 3, you get to pop it. So any type of floodgate or any type of just something that you want to get rid of. And then you say, hey, I'm going to activate X antibody. So then you're going to go, okay, for another memory, I'm going to go into this. Which, let's just say at this point, you either going to have 20 or 30. So you're either trashing 2 cards or you're trashing 3 cards. A lot of the time, at this point, you already have 20 in trash. And typically, you're not right at 20. You're typically at 20 something. And by time you go into this Beelzemon, you're pushing probably having 30, and it happens quite often. So then when you're swinging with it, so you trash the top 3. If this is in trash, you're obviously popping something else and putting this to the bottom of your deck. And then this gets this +1 security check, so you're swinging for 2 checks, which is all 5 of their security. And then you just Digivolve for 1, unsuspend, and attack for game. Like this little setup right here can just swing for 5 checks and have game. All in just 1 swift move.
That's a Beelzy OTK right there. Beelzy OTK.
Yeah, and it's really nasty. But I did want to say and bring something up. I've been very much contemplating of playing 2 of those, because if you do have 2 of these in trash and go into your Beelzy X, you do get to bottom deck both and pop 2 different things.
Oh wow.
Or if something has protection, like a black or gray, you can say pop it and pop it again.
Double tap.
So
yep.
So it's like double pop. So the 7th cluster is definitely something that I've also been thinking about running a second copy of. I think it's really good. I think it's a really good card. And it just also gives you another security bomb technically. And sometimes you win because of your security bombs that you have in this deck, which is really nice to be able to have those. And the fact that they do so much coming from your deck and being built. But yeah, that's this deck. It's pretty easy, pretty quick, straightforward. And yeah, it's really broken.
Awesome. All right, man. Thank you, Moonpie. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments, and we will check you out in the next video. Peace.
Peace.